unfortunately, right before Christmas, he did lose the use of his legs. We're so blessed today because he's been presented with a wheelchair that will actually stand up and allow him to walk again. Okay? So I'm going to turn it over to Joshua and let him go from there.
Okay, so well, I just want to say first off, thank you for your love and your support. Thank you for the donors that actually made this happen. KLTY Christmas Wish. Robin was one of the ones that actually kind of put all this stuff together. She started raising funds for me, and the funds fell short. But those funds have been helped with the modification of a van and other things like that we're working with. But there was a generous donor, and so anonymously, I'm not going to announce all that aspect of it out of respect for everyone who did. But I just want to let you know that she reached out to KLTY and put on KLTY Christmas Wish. And a couple felt very passionate about going ahead and paying for the entire chair, plus all the accessory pieces that normally would not come with it. And it's not a small task, but it allows me to stand up, which I'll show you here in just 1 second, but it allows me to do things that I couldn't do before. Before, when I was making my gourmet popcorn, this, that, and the other, I was actually literally having to go from my wheelchair onto a board to transfer over into a medical chair that I would crank myself down like a seatbelt. That would put my legs up at a 45-degree angle like this, so I'm not getting atrophy setting in, and I'm out of posture here. And I had have posture control to hold myself up, and I would stir the kettle corn. And I would make batches and batches and batches of kettle corn, squeeze lemonades, do all that. But then eventually I would have to be taken from that chair and then transferred back into my wheelchair. And I was completely worn out when that happened. Now I have the ability to stand. So these are called push rods here. And so I put this up like this, and this is the gas shock release. So there's two shocks here, just like a screen door, that will allow me to push up. And then from that aspect, it goes from this.
That's not right, man. I need to run them back, bro.
And then once I'm all the way up, I do a trust fall. And then this goes all the way up like this, and my feet are on the ground. So I'm able to stand 100% up. And so when I gain the tolerance, I will be able to go to the gym and do the ropes. I mean, we've seen videos of all this stuff like that. And so I'll be able to do all kinds of stuff. Like right now, I can stand. I can give each one of you a hug. I can shake your hands. I can speak at an event. And at the same time, I'm also getting blood. I'm getting blood back to my feet. Circulation's happening. And I'm not doing anything but just resting. I'm literally at a resting moment here. And one of the things that helped me the most was called a stand assist. And so usually what would happen is when I was in therapy, rehab, they literally put me they crank my hips and lock my hips like this on a standing frame. And they would just wheel me around the room and put me wherever they want me to have me. And I had to gain a tolerance. So it went from 5 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour and a half that I was standing up. I haven't gained that much tolerance of it yet. And so to kind of give you what I'm feeling right now is usually when they would when they would even stand me up with the stand assist, my left ankle has no control, so it literally just rolls up completely over. And so it was trying to do that, and you can see it's not 100% down, but because I'm all the way locked out, I'm able to go forward. And when I go forward, then I'm 100% resting now. So now there's no pressure up here, and see the chair is 100% stable, so I can lean all the way this way, I can lean all the way this way, and I'm not going anywhere. And so I was telling somebody else earlier, it's like a gurney in a way. But this chair actually allows me to rest in this position, but I'm also standing. Now, it's not walking yet, but this is the first step for me to be able to walk again, is having to be able to feel the tolerance and do this. And then we're hoping that the nerves are going to reconnect, but if they don't, then this allows me to stand. This allows me to praise the Lord. This allows me to have worship in church. This allows me to speak. This allows me to do things I couldn't do before. And so, guys, this is freedom. This is what it's all about. You know, a lot of times we take even a single breath for granted. You know, we're given 86,400 seconds in a day. That's how many seconds are in each day that we're given. But not very many of us really truly cherish those days. And so I want to thank you for allowing me to stand again. Everybody who's been involved with it, thank you, Crystal, because she's been pulling me everywhere. She's been taking my chair out. You know, behind the scenes, she's the one who's taking care of my daily needs outside the nursing staff that helps me and all that. And trust me, she kicks me when I need to be kicked. She hits me when I need to be hit. But the thing is, but that's love. That's what it's all about. Love is faith in action. And so this is my faith being in action, because, you know, there's a book I read that says, you know, saying we walk by faith and not by sight. So I have to see myself walking to know that I will walk again. I just don't understand when it's going to be, I'm just going to take every day, one step at a time. And so there's a program that I wrote that I'll be able to even start teaching now. It's called Next Step. Next is never expecting tragedy. We X out. If you X out what you could use to take yourself out of action, then you cannot be used to create the atmosphere you walk, breathe, and live in. So freedom is the ability to be able to stand again. Because literally, I remember I was in church and I was during praise and worship, and I remember I closed my eyes and I leaned forward. And when I leaned forward, I felt like I was flying. I felt like I was flying, because all the pressure on my neck when I'm actually literally leaning forward, I can't feel that pressure anymore, because it's a zero gravity aspect. It's not me anymore. It's these gas shocks right here. And then whenever I'm ready to go back down, I hit that and automatically it brings me back down, all the way down. And then these are push rods, so they go all the way down, and it gets me all the way back down. And then from that aspect, I can wheel around. So I'm back in the chair, but I'm able to stand where I wasn't able to stand before. I'm able to sit where I wasn't able to sit before. I can sit at any level. So if I wanted to be like this, I can sit right there and be there. And if not, the gas shocks will pull me all the way back up. And I'll turn around so you guys can see exactly what he's doing. But I'm all the way back up. And like I said, that foot is still trying to do a little wobbly thing, but when I lean all the way forward, eventually it settles down and it goes down. And so, but I'm not able to feel from mid-waist, just so everybody knows that. I have no physical movement from that point on. So I'm gonna spin around so you guys can see that. I normally don't turn my back to people, but I trust everybody has my back here, so we're good.
Is that right?
All right.
Wow.
But see that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So this is just the first step. I will take the next step very soon, but I want you guys to know I want to thank each and every one of you guys for your love, your support. If it wasn't for each and every one of you, for your thoughts, your prayers, your patience, trust me, it's hard. This is harder than what I've ever been before, because I've been down before. I've had the stroke. I was paralyzed my whole left side for almost 3 years. You know, spent many years in a wheelchair. But then when I got the ability to walk again, and I started using the KFO braces, the pain was still there. But now it's like I can't feel. It's like everything's asleep. So everything's painful, but everything's just hard. Everything's hard. Atrophy sits in. My legs, they just start freezing up. I can't move them right. When she's trying to do some moving, it's like, Mr. Home, you're so stiff. I know I can't do it, but I'm manually moving myself. But with the ability to have this chair like this, I'm able to do things. I'm able to stand up and put a dish. You know, I'm able to cook. I actually cooked the other day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she had to help me, but still, I was able to stand and make bacon. And so, just small little things that you normally wouldn't be able to do because you're sitting in a wheelchair. Because I mean, my number one joke I tell people, I said, "Hey Josh, what are you up to now?" I said 3'8". Well, now I'm 4'6". So I mean, but I'm really 5'11". And when I get to stand up again, you get to see that. You get to see that. You know, there's so much more to people than what people can see. And so I want to thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your donations and for your heart commitment. And also why I got you guys here. May 4th is our next event at Unity Field. And so I know a lot of you guys wanted to come for the November event. It was very cold. But May 4th, we're going to do another big event at Unity Field. And this time, I want to have enough people there where we can go around all the flags and hold hands and have a moment of unity. I truly believe that there's going to be healing brought at that time. I believe there's going to be restoration, and even a division that's there is going to just be erased instantly. I feel that. And then also November 2nd is November 2nd is the main Unity Field, right?
I think it's the 3rd or 4th, but it's the Saturday, the first Saturday in
The first
November.
Saturday. I think it's November 2nd.
Or you don't interfere with my meeting.
Yeah. It's the second Saturday. It's the second Saturday. But so
Hey, man, I tell you.